Marshall specimens. Determine the laboratory compaction temperature. This will either be shown on the job mix formula or decided while making the mix design. Set the oven to the determined laboratory compaction temperature and allow it to reach temperature before placing any mix into the oven. Use a clean bowl for each Marshall specimen and place approximately 1,200 grams of mix into each one. Once the oven has reached compaction temperature, place each bowl into the oven one by one. Be sure to space the time in between placing a bowl into the oven by at least 10 minutes. This will allow time to get a specimen compacted before the next one needs to be compacted. Moments before removing the mix from the oven, set up the Marshall mold. Put the base plate on the Marshall hammer. Place the Marshall mold onto the base plate and put a piece of paper on the base plate. Place the collar on top of the Marshall mold and move the locking mechanism over the collar. Remove the mix from the oven after 2 hours and insert it into the Marshall mold. Insert the spatula into the mix 25 times, focusing on the center and edges. Place another piece of paper on top of the mix. Put the hammer in position, drop the weight onto the hammer, and let the machine run for 75 drops. Flip the Marshall mold over and let the hammer run for 75 more drops, for a total of 150 drops. Let each specimen cool in the mold if possible. It may be necessary to remove them right away to avoid the specimen getting stuck in the Marshall mold. That will depend on the mix. Remove each Marshall specimen from the mold with the extractor and label each Marshall specimen with pertinent information.